Hi everyone, how are you doing today? It looked like it's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, I hope you enjoyed part two. We're going to go ahead and get into part three. So this is going to be interesting. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. We appreciate you joining us here at Free Power. We know that you're liking the information that's coming out, and I'm going to continue to get it to you. We're going to listen to part three of Chris Anthony being at Schwab's Network or on the Schwab's Network to talk about the Aptera and how they are setting a precedent for the new type of vehicle that's coming out. So we're going to go ahead and check this next video out. Let's look at part three. Let's check this out now.
And look, I want to ask you about chips and parts and things like that. But, the margin on the vehicle, are you going to clear a profitability margin on the vehicle based on the price that you will charge for this vehicle? Or not yet?
Yeah, long term, we hope to price the Aptera for a 400-mile range edition at about $40,000. For a vehicle that produces its own fuel and you never have a fuel bill, we think that's a pretty great value. And long term, we think that could make us around 17 points a happy and healthy company that can grow and not just deliver this vehicle, but other variants in the future that can handle package deliverings and all sorts of things in the future.
And how do you get all of these big guys to sort of work with them? I don't know. Do you need to work with any of the big car distributors or any of the other names, or you just want to stay Aptera separate from everyone?
Well, the great thing about the EV industry today is they've really paved the way for direct distribution. So, of the almost 50,000 orders we have, all of those have come to us through our website. We expect to deliver those straight to the customer, so we don't have to have this large brick and mortar base to start from that other vehicle manufacturers would have to do.
I see a great photo of everybody on the team there. The first Aptera off the validation assembly line, and the whole gang is there, and it looks great. And congratulations to you and the team. I wonder also about the labor picture and the parts and the chips. These could be the wild cards. What kind of chips do you need? Are you going to have the supply? Labor, is it going to cost you an enormous amount or just right? Can you answer some of those questions?
We have an amazing team here in San Diego. A lot of people have been drawn to this project because it really is bleeding edge engineering, much more like designing a Formula One car or spacecraft than a traditional automotive. So we've got amazing engineers here that have worked their butts off to deliver this first vehicle. But we do have a global supply chain, and we have supply chain partners in Asia, in Europe, all over North America, and they're coming together to produce subsystems that get shipped to Carlsbad, California here. And we're really just a light assembly factory here. So, there's only about 136 sub-assemblies that go on the vehicle. We have a 14-station assembly line. So about 10 parts per station get put on by 2 technicians. And it's really just a couple bolts or connectors. And, then it moves on to the next station in about 12 minutes. So we can get about 40 vehicles a day per shift out of this factory, which could be 80 vehicles a day once we move to 2 shifts, which is around 20,000 vehicles a year just for this facility. But we hope to have a facility in Northern California, Texas, Australia, all over the world eventually.
That answered all my questions. How many cars? Where are the next factories? Northern California, Texas, Australia. Okay. Chris, it's great to chat with you. I look forward to hearing more about this and seeing these vehicles on the streets soon. Chris Anthony, co-CEO, Aptera Motors, SEV is the ticker symbol.
Oh wow, she asked, is Aptera going to make a profit off of their vehicles? I thought that was a rather interesting question. I'm surprised Steve didn't say, well, he did say, I hope so, but in one of the webinars they did, Blake actually brought out that they would break even just doing 6,000 vehicles a year.
People are very happy about your projection, the 6,000 per year break even thing.
Yep.
Can you speak to that?
Yeah, the 6,000 break even is part of the financial model. I don't really think it's going to, that's not going to be the target that we're going for. The pre-orders obviously dictate that we're going to be selling a whole lot more than that.
Yeah.
We were asked to build, a base case, where would we get to that point? A lot of factors go into it. It's going to be a ton of work to get to that point. But I don't think we're really going to be working towards that model. Personally, I think we're going to be more towards the.
And that's a pretty big profit if they're doing twice that. If they just do, let's say 12,000 a year, they're going to make a pretty good profit off of that. Of course, we know they're shooting for more than 20,000 a year. So yes, of course, they're going to make a profit on that. And to receive help from other OEMs, I mean, they don't need help. Aptera has everything set and in motion. They have one of the best plans that I've ever seen a company come up with. And I think they're pretty much closely following the steps of Tesla. Of course, they are sitting in an even better position because Tesla went out and they spent, who knows how many billions of dollars for their factories. But Aptera, they only need a 10,000 square foot facility to start producing their vehicles. And with a facility that small, they can put them just about anywhere in the world. It wouldn't be hard for them to find a 10,000 or square foot facility. So I think Aptera's set. I think they're ready to make some money and that they are going to go strong. They just need to go ahead and start ramping things up. And they are really going to be flying off the shelves once they start cranking things up and getting it rolling. And as far as labor, who's not going to want to work on the Aptera? Are you kidding me? But I'm sure they're not going to have any problems finding laborers to work on the Aptera. And Chris already brought it out that also, the facility that they're at is basically like a cookie cutter. They can put them anywhere. And they already want to put them in Northern California, Texas, New York area, and other places around the world. So I don't think they're going to have a problem with that as well. But anyway, the main thing is, how do you feel about what you just heard? They are really getting ready to extend themselves, and I'm just so glad that Aptera is really putting all the pieces together so that they can go ahead and start putting their vehicles on the road. But I am so glad. I know that very soon I'll be able to get my Aptera into my hand and I can drive the only vehicle that puts its own power for you to drive around in for free. No cost. Usually when you think of free, you think that there's a catch to it. There must be something wrong or it's a scam. This is no scam. You're going to get to be able to drive around for free. And eventually it's going to get to the point to where you can drive constantly around without even having to plug it in at all, because the panels are getting better, the motors are getting better, and this is just the start. But anyway, you guys hold on. Let's get ready for this beautiful ride. All right, you guys take care. If you're new here, please hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe. You catch all my videos when they come out. Y'all take care. We'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.